I am back with two of the most handsome men in Conneaut this morning. Woohoo!
You think?
I honestly believe that's the truth.
Yeah, I do too.
You're delusional, but that's okay, Clint.
And not only that, but these two men can cook. And they are going to cook at the Conneaut Arts Center on April 26th. And I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and you don't even have to talk about why you like to cook. Just let everybody know who you are, and then we'll go into all the cooking things.
All right, well, I'm Russ Coltman. I'll tell them
what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living?
I fixes my computers.
I keep penny on. I work on computers. I work with small businesses, just trying to help them manage all of the information that they have going through there. Do a little bit of repairs, some virus removal, that type of stuff. So, but primarily training and information management, just setting up spreadsheets, QuickBooks, all that fun stuff for businesses.
Yes,
so,
I know.
And I do like to cook.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
And anyhow, I've got 5 kids, so I got to cook a lot. So.
And they eat well.
Yes, they do. And they're good cooks themselves. So.
That's good. That's
yes,
good that you're teaching them.
Yes.
All right.
I'm Clint Penniman, and I also like to cook.
And what do you do for a living besides cooking?
I have a landscaping business here in town, Penniman Brothers Landscaping, so we do that type of thing.
Very good, very good. And we have one more cook in the kitchen, Andrew Knowles, who couldn't be with us today. He had a few issues going on. It didn't allow him to get here this morning. It happens.
That happens.
It absolutely does.
He's a. I'll tell you a little bit about Drew. He's a good old boy from Alabama.
He's got a nice little southern drawl.
Yes, he does. He talks like he's been down there for a while.
Yeah.
So he's had some classical training. Worked at some really good restaurants in the past. And he's just, I've known Drew for quite a few years. Oh. He actually married a local girl that graduated with my wife. And so that's how I know Drew. And we get together and cook and throw things over top of the fire every now and then. And it's amazing what he can come up with. So
I'm excited to taste what he has on all of them. I can't wait. Last year when we did this, there was so much food that at the end of the evening, you just sat there and just like, you had to purr because not only was there so much food, but it was all so good. And I'm so excited to do this again. Now, let's do a little bit. You talked about how you like to cook. And of course, we know Russ at one time owned
City Center
the
Garden
City
Market.
Garden Center, whatever, City Center Garden, whatever, and had awesome food there and sold a lot of really good, interesting food.
Yeah, and I've loved food since I was probably about 8 or 10. So everything from growing it all the way up to cooking it and feeding people. We've done everything from grow our own food to roasting pigs for a kid's graduation open house. So, yeah. So we do a little bit of everything. Make my own homemade wine. That makes a wonderful injection for some of the meats that we do. It's just we like to cook, we like to eat, and we like to try new things. So
this is going to be exciting.
That's right.
All right, so Clint, you like to cook, and I have heard nothing but fantastic things about how much you love to cook and how good your food is. So
yeah, I started cooking at a young age. I enjoy cooking. I grew up on a farm. We raised all our own meat and vegetables and things like that. So I mean, it's just been kind of part of my growing up, and I just carried it through into later life. I like to experiment with different things. I've been to a lot of different places, and I just like to incorporate where I've been into what I cook and put my own spin on it. And sometimes it's chef pops, thumbs up, sometimes it's thumbs down from the boys, but I think I'm doing pretty good. So
yeah, the boys don't always count though. You know, the 10-year-old palates are not quite.
Yeah.
I know exactly. Exactly.
Rigatoni
you made what?
You made. That's exactly.
You made what? You want me to eat what? And then but then when they get older, that totally changes because, my youngest, who is now a grown man, when he was young, he wouldn't eat seafood. He would never touch a shrimp. I mean, it just was out of his realm. He would not. He thought it was awful. And then when he got to college and went down south, and they went for baseball training, and they went out and caught their own stuff and came back and started cooking all the seafood. Now he absolutely loves it because he, you know, it was different perspective.
Oh, sure.
You know, he always loved to fish, but you know, you get into the clams or the shrimp or mussels or anything like that, he wouldn't touch it at all. And then, you know, you go somewhere and you actually catch your own meal. Yeah, it tastes different.
Oh,
so
It does. When it's fresh, it's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
the ingredients really make a huge difference.
and it introduces you to different things.
You,
then.
you can't take it out of a box or, you know,
Yeah.
it's just not quite the same.
Yep.
So, you know.
Well, let's talk a little about the menu. So, Russ, let's talk about what you're going to cook for us
All
on
right.
the 26th of April.
Well, I'm going to start off with an appetizer of a drunken brie, which is going to be, it's the same thing I made last year for the appetizer.
Yeah.
I take dried cherries and I soak them with some bourbon, maybe some rum, some other spices, and some orange juice. And then I pour it over top of the brie and bake that off, and it is just a wonderful.
It is wonderful. It is
delectable.
wonderful.
I think I had maybe one spoonful out of all this stuff. So, you know, one
Yeah.
of the problems with being a chef there is
Yeah.
I don't always get to eat this stuff.
I know, but we
until
wouldn't
it's-
let them take it off our table last year.
They would.
Okay, we're going to entree,
No,
but don't
no.
you touch that.
It's mine.
Yeah.
So, in any case, so that's going to be the appetizer. My main course is going to be a shrimp Rockefeller, which is I'm going to take fire-grilled shrimp and put them over with some roasted garlic and some fresh spinach and some bacon and toss them all together and have it with a side of couscous. So that's going to be, that's one of my favorite things. And I love shrimp, I love spinach, how can you go wrong? And then for dessert, I'm going to do some dark chocolate brownies with a homemade vanilla bourbon ice cream and salted caramel sauce. So we've got ice cream maker. We'll be firing that up over the next week or so. And
Doesn't that sound wonderful? Make everybody
Absolutely.
hungry.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't had breakfast
I
yet.
know. It's just like, oh, I'm thinking, oh, I can just taste the
Ice
garlic
cream.
and the shrimp, and I love couscous. If you have never had it, it's wonderful. It's a good experience. It's an alternative, and it's really good.
It's easy to make. You know, it gets to be, you know, when you're cooking for 80 people,
Yeah.
it's something that you can pull together and have a really good meal. So
Good.
in
Good.
any case.
All right. So Clint, now you're going to cook also.
Yes, that's right. My cooking technique is going to be all on an open fire or a grill. So I'm going to start out with the appetizer. Is going to be a grilled jerk beef on a skewer with pita bread. It's going to be a homemade pita bread with a cucumber dip to go along with that. And as far as the main course, we're looking at tandoori chicken. Now this is something I've never tried, and it's one of those places where I've been that I kind of picked up something. I was in Mountain City, Tennessee. It's been quite a few years ago. Picked up the local cookbook, flipping through it, and it sounds like a wonderful dish. So it's going to be my take on a tandoori chicken. It's going to have a mango salsa with it and a side of grilled mixed vegetables with young potatoes. So I'm really looking forward to this because I haven't even tried it yet myself. So it's going to be a first timer. Going out on a limb here, but they recommend not doing that. I watch a lot of the cooking shows, but I'm going to go for it. As far as the dessert goes, I'm going to be going with bananas and yams and a buttery sorghum rum reduction over corn cake. Like I say, it's all going to be cooked over a fire, so I've got Dutch ovens and things like that. So it's going to have its own unique flavor to it, and I hope you all enjoy it.
This guy scares me. When you start cooking wood or cooking over a wood fire, I mean, it really gets a lot more flavor than a gas grill or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, it's just
Yeah.
like I said.
Now, honestly, doesn't that sound absolutely wonderful? Now, remember, each chef is not going to be giving you a full plate full of food. We're not expecting you to eat 9 different
Right.
full dishes. You'll
Well, I
get
don't know. I'd like to see someone try it.
you'll get a sampling of each one of these. Oh, trust me, enough to fill you into taste.
I think everybody last year was coming out with takeout boxes.
Yeah, we
So-
have those available. So let's see if this is someone that would like to add. Good morning. Whoop. Okay, they changed their
Now
mind.
now
Call
they're
back if you have a comment to make.
Yeah.
And then let's talk a little bit about Drew's
About
menu,
Drew's?
just to be fair to Drew.
I think, what was he doing, Spam?
I think he
Yeah.
was going
Oh,
Hawaiian.
see?
Yeah, so Hawaiian, I think he's going to do some Dole pineapple and Spam.
No,
No.
that's not what he's doing. But in any case, he's not here to defend himself, so I guess,
Yeah, you'll have that.
we'll have that. So I'm going to read from Drew's,
Okay.
and I know I've eaten Drew's cooking a lot, and he's another one that scares me. There's going to be a lot of really good food there. Mini Greek salads with a creamy homemade balsamic vinaigrette. He is doing a stuffed pork loin with goat cheese and duxelles and a side of roasted cauliflower with a yogurt sauce. Now, duxelle is basically where you take mushrooms and you chop it up real fine and cook it with butter. So
Anything with butter is good.
butter and
Anything.
mushrooms. And his dessert is one that sounds absolutely phenomenal to me. It's spiced figs spiced figs stuffed with a honey mascarpone cream. So there's going to be some real stiff competition
Oh,
across the
absolutely.
board.
I feel pretty confident myself. I think that fire is going to put me over the edge.
Yeah, see, there is really competition here. So they are going to step up to the plate and just have fantastic food.
It's been funny too, because as we've gone through these menus, it's like, I'm gonna.
Yeah. And our initial meeting was, well, if you're going to do that, well, then I'm going to do this. Well, now wait a minute. Now can I do this? And well, I want to do this. And so we've got a lot of logistics to get all figured out here, but it's all going to work.
Yeah.
And it is such a nice evening. And how this works is you call the Conneaut Arts Center after 9 o'clock, and you make your reservation for April 26th. It is $35 for non-members, but trust me, it is worth every penny of that $35. If you are a center member, it is $30, and if you can get 8 of your best friends, or 7 of your best friends and you, and fill a table of 8, it's only $200 for that table of 8, so it brings it down to $25 a person, and we're limiting it to 80 people. We do have music. Marco Winery is providing some wine for the evening, and we're going to do education with the wine. We're going to try to explain why you would drink a white with this and a red with this, and we're going to try to do a little bit of that as part of the evening. And just, there's a wonderful exhibit on the walls for you. It really is a very, very nice evening down at the center. And again, as you're sitting in our lovely, lovely gallery, the lake is sitting right there, and it's just a beautiful view. So,
and it's a nice leisurely evening.
It is very
eating.
leisurely.
It's not get in, get out. It's very definitely a sit down, relax, enjoy a good evening with friends, and watch us work.
Yeah,
right.
And you get
Oh,
to
absolutely.
vote. You get to vote.
That's
So
right.
when you get your appetizer part of the evening, then you will get a ballot, and you will vote on who you thought had the best appetizer. We collect those. Then your entree comes, and when you're done and we're cleaning that up, you get a ballot, and you get to vote on who you thought really put together the best entree, taste and everything. And then we collect that, and then in between we give you some time to settle down, because we know that you have quite a bit of food in those 2 categories.
Sip a little wine.
Yeah, sip a little wine. We have coffee, water, and then we have dessert. And the same thing happens with the dessert. Once the dessert is done, you get to vote on the dessert. And then there'll be a vote for the overall best presentation, best flavor, so that Russ, who's defending his last year, and it could be that Clint wins the appetizer, Russ wins the entree part, maybe Drew, his spiced figs are over the top, but
those spiced figs are
overall,
pretty good.
then you vote for overall who was the best chef of the evening, and they win a trip to Hawaii. No.
That'd be fabulous.
I wish I could. But we have some things up our sleeve.
All you have to do is just, go to sleep after we knock you in the head, and you'll dream about it.
Yeah,
right?
well, you guys will, because you'll be exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
And so it is kind of a fun evening. You get to be a food critic, and we watch so many shows where Chopped, for example. And this is a little bit of, kind of like the take on Chop, except you're not given a secret basket. And
I'm not
but
taking
you,
away his chicken
yeah,
or something like that.
They'll be running around stealing coals out of the fire.
Now that I might do.
But you get to be the judges of the evening, and of course Russ is going to go out of his way because he won last year.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
It was there was some stiff competition last year too.
Yeah,
so.
there was. It was really tough. There were some fantastic meals last year also. So we invite you to make a reservation. Come on, get in there. Get your friends in there. So you don't want to call me just before and to find out that.
Yeah, it sells out pretty fast, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. And we already have several tables already
Just
gone. So. Guys, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this evening, or I don't know?
You spell my name when you're voting. It's spelled R-U-S-S.
I'm really looking forward to it, and I was honored to be asked to do it. So I'm really excited about this. I enjoy cooking for people, and
It's
9 times out of 10 people really enjoy what I put out there, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of really good food. I mean, tandoori chicken, I've done that. I've made it before. I've had it at different places, and it's just a wonderful thing. That one scares me. The drunken brie, that's going to win. Sorry. So.
It is good. It is. I will tell you, it is. Like I said, when
And
they
the
were
spice
taking them
dip.
away,
Drew's
our
got the
table
spice
said,
dip.
no, we'll just leave it here. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's a really good, fun evening, and it's a lot of fun.
It's very casual. We want you to come and have a good time. We want you to enjoy your friends. If you can't fill a table and you just want to come, I sat with a lot of people that I met last year, people that I knew, that I didn't know, and we just had there's nothing like a conversation over good food.
There was
Absolutely.
so much laughter there last year.
And you're talking about the food, and you're all comparing what you liked and you didn't like. I mean, it's really intense at times, but it's fun in that you just will have a good evening, and you'll walk away with a wonderful dining experience.
Yeah. And a full belly.
And a full belly, and maybe lunch the next day, because really
Yeah.
there is a lot of food there for the evening, so it is well worth the price. It does benefit the Conneaut Arts Center. We do all these types of events because it takes money to open that door and pay that light and that heat and that insurance so you can walk in the door. So this is a fundraiser for us, and we hope that you're there. And thanks, guys.
Yeah, food's our art form. I mean,
Absolutely.
I can't draw a straight line
It
with
is
a
an
ruler.
art form.
so
Absolutely is.
To me, food is the art, and putting it together in a way that tastes great is.
Yeah,
It's
it
fun.
is. It's an awesome art form. Just imagine you get to create this, and then you get to eat it. How nice is that?
Doesn't get any better.
Doesn't get
No,
any
it
better
doesn't.
than that. Absolutely not. So we've got a grill going, and we've got some Brie getting drunk, and we're just going to have a good time. All right, thank you guys, and don't
Thank
forget, 593-5888 is the Conneaut Arts Center. We hope to see you there, just to have a wonderful evening of food and friendship and laughs and a good time. So thanks, guys.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.